I'll get everybody on my screen here.
Everybody beat Robin on today.
Hey, hey, Ruby.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
It's great to see you.
Oh, it's good to see all of you all.
Robin,
Yes.
could you send me a bill or tell me what I owe? I've misplaced it.
Oh,
But
for July and August.
Yeah, I don't know if I paid or not. I actually can't.
Okay, I can look it up and see.
Okay, thanks.
And I'll probably send out a bill for Happy Dollars and all these other little
Yeah, do
things
that.
at
Right.
a different time. But yeah. Well, there's Stan. I've got to go get my water bottle. I left it on the sink.
Well, George, are you staying up here in the mountains, or are you still making the trip down?
No, I'm here.
You're here.
We came up about July the 1st, and we'll go back before Thanksgiving. So we'll be up here.
I think we lost Reed and he's trying to get back on. There he is.
He has assistants.
I see that.
While y'all are coming on, does anybody want wheel or ace of spades for today?
No.
I already got my order in already.
Yeah, I have Nelson, Tina, George, Nero, Chuck, and Cindy have permanent wheel numbers. And George and Nelson have permanent ace of spades numbers.
We're in it to win it.
Yeah. Well, Nelson got the ace, or Drew got the ticket for ace of spades last week, but he didn't draw
I
the
didn't
ace.
join it, yeah.
He didn't even get the right color.
Nope, it's red.
So now, Ruby, you'll be able to see all that action going on, see?
Mhm. We can still be in our pajamas and be at Rotary.
Yeah.
And nobody would know. It's nice and cool today.
It is.
Oh, I've got my windows open.
I got mine closed.
That just depends on where you're from.
After I saw myself on the screen eating salad every time, I decided to finish eating my salad before I got on.
Yeah. So next Wednesday, Reed, is trash pickup.
5:30 out at the old Boyd Seafood.
Look like the weather's
I'll have
gonna.
fresh bags.
Yeah, what?
Fresh bags. We will not recycle bags.
Oh, okay.
Oh. We get to keep what we pick up, right?
Well, Doug Suddeth said half.
Oh, heck. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just take what's inside the bag, not what's outside.
Find some curious things.
George, you're right. It's not quite in the mail.
I've heard that story so many times before.
Did you get my letter I sent you?
Me? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Mhm.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey,
Hey,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Hey, Ruby.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
It's wonderful to see your shiny face.
Looking good, isn't she?
It's shiny for sure.
We're not supposed to say that. Ladies don't want a shiny face, bright shiny face. So I like your very smooth and handsome face. How's that?
How's your vision?
It's pretty good. I after got home on Tuesday,
Yeah.
I felt my face being itchy and stuff. And what had happened was that the medicine that they put in the drops
Mm-hmm.
on my eye, I was allergic to it. And so
Oh,
I started swelling and getting really red.
oh no.
And so I had to call them back down there, and they said, "You got to get back down here." And so I just took off by myself and
You
went
did.
back down there. Yeah. And so it's still, my face is still pretty red and stuff. My whole body was.
I can't believe you drove down there by yourself.
Ruby, I can see your face. I'm so happy.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you.
That's pretty awesome.
I
You
don't
look
know if we can
good.
say the same about seeing Reed's face, but yours is good to see.
Oh,
Now, Reed, we love you, your face and all.
Oh. Oh. Well, I want to thank you, all of you, for getting me this computer so that I can see you.
We tried to keep that a secret so you wouldn't know where it came from.
Hey, Ruby, this is Richard. This is the first time I've gotten to see you.
I know. It's so good to see you. Missed you a lot.
Oh, I've missed you guys. Good to see you back, though.
It's good to be back.
I'm just glad to see your smiling face.
Yeah.
Having that black and white Ruby on the phone thing, that wouldn't work it. I'd rather see you.
So does anybody else need or want wheel or ace of spades?
Yep.
Let's
one of
see,
each,
Chuck,
please. Yes.
you have permanent wheel.
Okay.
You told me last week. You have 25 and 50. Okay, Bill, you want to pick numbers? Or you want me to give you some?
Just give me some. I'll take one of each.
Okay. Will, you got 28 and 54. And ace of spades, you're number 2.
Robin, give me one of each, too, Richard.
Okay. Do you want to pick some numbers? You want me to just give you some?
No, you just give me some.
Okay. 45 and 64.
Good. You're
And
going to
then
have to
ace of spades, you're number 4.
you're going to have to eventually send me a bill because I'm not going to remember any of this.
We will. I will.
Ace
I
of
want to wait until it's worth
Don't worry
writing a
about
check
that.
for.
Wait till it gets more than the postage, right?
Yeah.
And what was the ace of spades?
4.
4. I got
See,
it.
I need to put that ticket in the cup.
Robin, this
Yes.
is Glenn. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, you can be in on the wheel and then also for the ace of spades.
Okay. Do you want to pick number or you want me to give you one?
Just allocate, yeah, you pick
Okay.
them.
Okay. Glenn, number 37 and number 4. And ace of
Okay.
spades, number 5. Sounds like somebody's doing dial-up.
Alex.
You having trouble getting in?
Well, I don't know what's going on. I've done the same thing I always have done, and I've just, it's not doing right.
We can hear you, we
Sounds
just
like a
can't
big duck.
see you.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Alex,
trying
Alex, use your other arm. That might make a difference.
Let me use the other one and try that.
Hey, George.
Nothing like a little sympathy from your fellow Rotarians, huh?
This pandemic has brought out the worst in some of you guys. Rule side.
We're just getting a little
Yeah, but-
feisty.
See, I'm left-handed, so now that makes him left-handed also. So,
Well, you know,
Yeah, that was his good arm, wasn't it?
yeah.
Cindy's a brave person picking on a sergeant at arms like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably not too smart, is it?
I do still have finding power, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Uh-oh.
how's your physical therapy going?
Good. It's not too bad. I had it yesterday and today, and they're being easy with me because I think they feel sorry for me.
My guy was like medieval torture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these aren't too bad.
Oh, good. You must have paid him better.
No, I think, these are hospital employees, and I think they know I'm the chairman of the board, so they're easy.
Well, that might help.
That's smart.
You wouldn't remind them of that, would you?
No, but I do wear my name badge on when I go in there.
Hey, Richard, how are you feeling? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel good. So I'm good for another 2 or 3 weeks till I go back at the end of September and get zapped again.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah,
And
me
you're
too.
You'll be able to do that locally, Richard?
I checked into that, Chuck, and thanks for the there's that duck again.
Yep.
But it just, for one more treatment until next year, it wasn't worth changing everything over. So I'm going to stay with Florida for the September treatment, and then I'll go back in November. So thanks, though. Appreciate it.
As long as you don't have a hurricane in September down there, you'll be okay.
Boy, it looks like there's 3 of them in the wings waiting right now.
Exactly.
Lined up.
So, but you can go down there and have a big blowout in more than one way.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking at an email. Tennessee is, if you're tested positive for COVID, you and your family have to stay quarantined for 24 days, it looks like.
Yeah, how?
24 days.
Yeah.
It's a long
Why
time.
so long?
Well, I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, but they're finding that if you're tested positive and you have symptoms, and most people that are tested have symptoms, but then the amount of time you need to be quarantined or stay isolated is longer than if you're tested positive and you don't have a lot of symptoms. So some people have very mild reaction to, when they get COVID, and those folks seem to, after 9-10 days, they're no longer contagious. But the folks that have the severe symptoms, even after a couple of weeks, they still seem to be contagious or possibly can give it away.
Maybe those Tennessee bugs are stronger.
Well, there's a lot over in Tennessee right now, unfortunately.
Wonder how they monitor that. Can they really keep that in check? I mean, what if somebody doesn't pay attention to that?
Well, I would expect that there's some kind of teeth to that. It's coming out of the governor's office, it looks like. So there's probably some type of,
on your ankle.
yeah, if you get out and they catch you, I guess there's some kind of fine or something.
Chuck, we went to Pigeon Forge a while back, and nobody up there was wearing masks. No precautions whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm hearing the same about Johnson City. I haven't been over there in months, but some
We've not
people
been
in
anywhere.
Bakersville cross over into Johnson City. That's closer to them than Asheville. And yeah, they say it's just not followed at all over there. So.
Yeah, we haven't been anywhere in a really long time, but I'm figuring out that Amazon Prime is my new best friend. So that could be a bad thing. I just wonder if everybody will keep that up after you can go places.
Yeah,
Because
if
it's
you
so easy. It's so easy.
especially if you have that one-click pay method.
Yeah, I do. And that's really bad.
Yes, it's
Because
terrible.
then the bill comes.
And I know. It's like,
It's
wait a
going
minute,
up.
I didn't order that, did I?
Hey Cindy, can you send me that link for that one quick pay that you use?
Yeah. No.
Somebody got into mine because I've been getting, for the last about 4 or 5 days, I've been getting a $5 bill from an invoice that's going through my credit card for Amazon. And it's not something we're ordering, it's a digital something other. So,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
and
I need to
am
watch.
trying to get a hold of somebody at Amazon to get that stopped is just terrible. So I'm having to go through the credit card to stop it.
Oh, mercy.
It's
That
not
doesn't
much,
sound
but
good.
it's a slow drip, $5,
Yeah.
$6 each day adds up
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Well,
Well, it looks
Hey
like
Nelson,
we're,
this is Tina.
speaking
I've
of
got
$5,
sketchy internet again. If you could introduce Olivia Williams for our program when she comes on, that would be great.
sure. Nelson, you want to take that one?
sure.
Okay, excellent. Looking forward to hearing Olivia. I think
speaking
she's
of
talking about the
$5,
19th Amendment. Is that what she's going to be discussing?
Yes.
Good.
No, that's next week. This week is
Oh.
part 2 of Pisgah Legal.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, I was wrong. Sorry.
This is the week of the anniversary of the 19th Amendment, though, I think.
Hello.
the 18th.
I'm sorry.
The 18th was the day,
Oh, was it? Okay.
August 18th, 1920.
Very good. Well, I think we can get this party started. My clock says 12:15. Ready to get going, and we'll call the meeting to order. Let's see if I got a little, that didn't sound very dingy, did it? But anyway, call it to order, and welcome everybody to this week's Rotary Club meeting. And Mr. Duncan, Mr. Reed, would you mind leading us in the pledge and the prayer?
Okay, I'll certainly do that.
Thank you, sir.
Let's all bow for prayer. Dear God, we thank you for letting us see the light of another beautiful day. We thank you for all your good and perfect gifts. We just ask that you be with our club as we venture out into trying to do service above self in odd and different ways. Be with us and care for us. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the
To the
flag
flag of the United
States of America,
and to the
to the
republic for which
for which it
it
which
stands,
stands
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
liberty,
liberty, justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Reed. We appreciate that. So let's start with any Rotary announcements. A Rotary business, do we have any? I guess start with Rotary business if we have any, first of all.
I did let Jimmy Henshaw know that we would not be participating in the festival this year with the beer tent. And he was okay with that. He said he understood. It's still a little 50-50 if they're going to have it, the Toe Jam Festival.
Just a bit of information. Dave Wiley has filed our 990 for this year. So
Good.
we're still official as a 401c3.
It's important to keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important. Yeah, so we thank him for doing that.
Yeah, I sent that email out sometime last week about that donation match from the club to the dentist for a to help out the dentist giving toothbrushes to underprivileged children. And my wife and I sent him $100 already, and I was challenging the club for 100. I don't know if this is the time to bring it up or not, or how we wanted to proceed with that or not. But at least they're getting $100 from us anyway. So I didn't know what we wanted to do, but just throwing it out there to the club and see what they thought.
Yeah, and I thought on that regard, we can have a discussion if you think that might be something that we want to get into a little bit more depth about what we want to do as a club, because our other things we've done in the past, because of having to meet virtually and are not able to do some of the other things we've done. We could save this for the assembly meeting, the first Thursday in the month. I just hesitate for getting too deep into a conversation and then eating into Olivia's time.
Oh, okay.
For
That'd
the
be good.
project, but
Yeah,
I think
it
these
could
are
work.
worthy things. That's a great suggestion, Nelson, and something I think the club should consider. At least some of us personally, we want to participate, we can, like you, or then as a club, we could look at it.
Good. It could hold for next other time.
Because the other thing I mentioned to him is that while Dr. Griggs, and I think that's who you're speaking of,
Yeah.
she does a great job. We have other dentists in the area also in our town in Bakersville and Spruce Pine and in the area that might have a similar program. So do we want to expand this not to just Dr. Griggs, but to all dentists? Maybe that's a project we might want to look at.
Okay.
Any thoughts on that? Or do you want to hold it off until we have the assembly?
Yeah, let's wait for the assembly. So it's not something that's up on the front burner.
Okay. Good. Any other club announcements, business?
We've already mentioned our trash pickup coming up next Wednesday at 5:30 out at Boyd's Seafood, and look forward a pretty day to do that.
That's the
Yeah, let's hope.
26th.
Mm-hmm. And that's at 5 o'clock. Is that when you're meeting?
5:30.
5:30.
Bill's got a sign up. I think it says card $5.
No, I got it.
I'll be in 5.
I just did it once, Robin.
I saw Bill sign like 5 times. So
He kept repeating. Well, mark me down.
Okay.
Well, what about Happy Dollars?
I've got a happy dollar.
Yes, sir, George.
I think everybody's probably shares with this one. We all are very happy to see Ruby online, live in person.
Absolutely.
You're here.
Yeah.
My happy dollar goes for everybody who made that possible.
Very good.
Well, I have a happy dollar for all of you that have been so good to me. And I'd like to make it $20.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
You, Ruby, you're happy.
Be happy.
Absolutely, I'm happy.
It's good to be connected, Ruby, but then after a while, sometimes you go, oh, I wish I wasn't so connected. So let's hoping that you never get that way, Ruby, that you continue to be happy with it.
Yeah, I'll put a happy dollar in for Ruby's successful surgery.
Yes.
Yes, thank
Me too,
Yes.
Robin.
you. And I sure thank Robin and Nelson
Mm-hmm.
for taking me and
You're welcome.
taking care
You're
of me.
welcome. I enjoyed it. spending time with you. It was good.
Yeah. Any other happy dollars? If not, we can go to, is Mr. Alex still on? Is he able to spin left-handed?
I can. I'm ready.
Last
And
call.
Robin,
Anybody else want a wheel money? Want a wheel?
yes, I do,
Take it.
Robin. Put me down, but don't tell me what the numbers are.
Okay.
Well, you're giving her a lot of power there.
I know.
I'm saving these sheets if anybody ever wants to examine them to see if I'm being fair.
We'll have Dave Wiley audit them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We need an audit.
Is everybody ready to spin the wheel?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Eleven.
Nope.
No?
Okay.
Oh, wow, that's a good number.
$65.
55? Nope.
65.
Oh,
65.
65. Nope.
All right, one
Close.
more time.
Close, but no cigar.
$83.
Nope. Sorry.
Okay.
No winner today.
Robin, you're doing a great job of increasing the treasury.
The house
Yeah.
wins.
Keep it up. All right, wonderful. Do we have our speaker on?
I don't see her.
Yeah, okay.
I'm assuming that's Nelson on the phone over there.
I'm not on. I don't know who that is on the phone.
The one with the 954 number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me because my audio doesn't work through my connection on the internet here. So my picture works, but not the audio.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can see everyone. I don't know if you can see me.
We
You have to
can.
help me out a little bit. Who is me?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Nelson's
sorry,
been having to
Nelson.
do that too, so that's why I thought that was him.
Yeah, I'm working on it on the internet. It's an ongoing problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my problem was I was getting on the computer and my wife was already logged in, so I had to log her out and then get into my profile. And then it seemed like it worked okay then.
While we're waiting, I think do a little song and dance. That's Mr. Carson's specialty. Of course, he just took a bite, so maybe.
Olivia should be here in just a minute. She just sent me an email that she
Okay.
was having trouble getting in.
Okay.
Well, Bill, now that I haven't won the spin the wheel, I'll put in $5 for Cart.
Oh, thank you.
I was holding back just in case.
Just in case.
Did everybody see Doug's comment that he had won the Rotarian of the Year in his club?
No.
Really?
Oh, really? That's
Awesome.
pretty nice.
Was that not surprising?
No, not surprising at all, but still,
That's
no, we
pretty
hadn't
cool.
seen that. He continues to do great things.
And I guess he would still be a new member in that club. He's not been there, what, a year or two?
Right.
That's pretty cool.
How much time you want to give me?
Ah, there we are.
Hey, it looks like we got Olivia here.
Okay, yeah.
We want to give her a chance to get situated. This is Olivia Williams from the Piscal Legal Group, who's going to continue with the part 2 of what we had from last week from Thalia Hoy. So if you're,
Hey.
yeah, it's all yours.
Well, thank you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all. And Thalia was with you last week, and I imagine she spoke with you about her immigration work quite a bit. I work in the Burnsville office, and I serve Avery, Mitchell, Yancey, and Madison counties. And I do a lot of evictions, a lot of domestic violence protective orders, and child custody cases. We are still doing a lot of immigration, and we have a pretty robust unemployment compensation program since the pandemic started. So helping folks to file for benefits, make sure that they're getting emergency supplemental nutrition benefits, a lot of those kinds of things. So we are a nonprofit. So if folks qualify for our services are free. And we do civil legal matters, so not criminal cases. We're sort of like the public defenders of the civil legal side of things. And I also, I'm not sure, can I screen share?
Yes, you should be able to.
I'm not wonderful at technology. I was going to try to screen share and show you. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our impact statement from last year. So we expanded our services into Mitchell County in April of 2019. And these are our numbers from last year in Mitchell County. So we served a total of 149 people, 62 children were helped to escape abuse, homelessness, and secure essential public benefits. We helped 94 people, including women, children, and men, escape from domestic and sexual violence. Helped 29 people to stabilize housing and prevent homelessness. We had a total of 14,241 volunteer hours. So that includes our volunteer court accompaniers, volunteer attorneys, and we also have folks that volunteer to do the Affordable Care Act applications over the phone. And that service is something that's available to anyone in the community. You don't have to qualify for our services as a client. And we do those applications for free. And we secured a total of $24 million in quantifiable benefits in Western North Carolina last year. Just a little bit about Mitchell County. About 15.4% of residents live in poverty. 22.5% of those living in poverty are children. 27% of the families with female heads of household in Mitchell County are in poverty. And I think our most recent statistics are that about 75% of PISCA's clients are women. So the biggest needs we're seeing right now, and the biggest calls we're getting, are a lot of evictions for non-payment because people are losing their jobs. A lot of people that also need to file for unemployment and get help with finding health insurance since they're losing their jobs because of COVID. And we're also still seeing a lot of child custody cases coming in. So do you guys have any questions about PISGA, what we do, or how to get in touch with us?
I was wondering, and first, thank you for being here and all the work that you are doing. It's a great service. But you mentioned that if they qualify for services, can you briefly tell us what the qualifications are?
Yeah, so when people, so the way we do our applications is you can either call our main number, which is 253-0406, to talk to one of our volunteer screeners, or you can do the application online. And to qualify for our services, you have to be experiencing a civil legal issue in one of the areas that we cover. So facing eviction, foreclosure, having an immigration issue, you need help accessing public benefits. It's a pretty long list that you can check out on our website of different areas that we cover. But then we also have an income requirement. So you need to be at 125% of the federal poverty level or below, unless there's been domestic abuse or child abuse, in which case it's 200% of the federal poverty level or below. And then the folks that don't qualify based on the kind of legal issue that they're having or their income, we try to refer them to members of the private bar, especially folks that are willing to perhaps do something on a sliding scale or work with people on their fee.
Okay. And in the case of the eviction, what normally happens? I mean, what are y'all able to do to delay it, to rescind it totally? What are some of the expected outcomes?
So it depends. There have been a lot of protections under the Federal CARES Act for people that have subsidized housing. That moratorium on evictions under the federal law is coming to an end. But even if somebody doesn't have a defense to the eviction, we want to advise them about their right to appeal to district court, which could potentially give them some extra time to stay in the unit. And then we also want to advise them about their timeline if they don't appeal and they can't stay in the unit. So a lot of folks think that the day the eviction is entered in court, they have to leave, and that's not true. They have more time. So talking with them and letting them know what the process is, even if they are actually going to get evicted, can give them a lot of comfort because they understand that they don't have to leave that same day. They have some time. So I did also just want to share a couple of client stories just to kind of give you guys an example of the kinds of things that we do. So I had a client up in Mitchell County that had been living in a mobile home with his fiance and his 2 children who were both under 2. And this place was horrible. I mean, there wasn't running water. There were holes. He sent pictures of holes, the size of a basketball where rats were coming through. And he had babies, crawling on the floor with these rats. The landlord's solution was to put these mouse traps next to the hole, not to cover the hole to keep the rat from coming in, but just put this mouse trap right there next to it, with the babies crawling around with the mouse traps. And he lost his job, so he wasn't able to afford paying rent for this place that was in just horrifying condition. I mean, nobody would pay to live there. It was awful. So he was being evicted for non-payment of rent. And what we did was we filed counterclaims because landlords have a duty to make sure that a rental is habitable. You can't accept rent knowing that your tenant doesn't have water. And what we were eventually able to do was to negotiate a settlement. So my client got to move out into safe housing where he had running water and his kids could be healthy and safe. And the landlord dismissed the eviction. And in addition to getting him safe and stable housing, that also meant that there wasn't an eviction on his record, because once there is, it's really, really hard for people to get somebody to rent to them again. So that was a really good outcome for a young family that was facing homelessness and, possible DSS intervention if they had these 2 little kids living out of a car. So those are the kinds of cases that we deal with on a pretty regular basis.
It's awesome that you were able to help them.
And, you know, even in a situation where an eviction doesn't get dismissed, like I said, just knowing sort of what your rights are and what the process is can be very important for people, especially right now. A lot of things are changing really quickly because of the pandemic, and it's hard to keep up. So that's what our job is to try to figure out what resources there are for folks and how we can help them access those. We do also have quite a bit of funding coming in for rental assistance right now. And we're working really closely with WWAMI and some of the continuums of care that are going to have federal grant monies to help people who have lost jobs because of COVID, and for that reason, they can't pay their rent. And these funds might help them pay back rent and even some rent going forward so that they're able to stay in their rentals. So that is a new kind of area for us that you could refer folks for, is even just the actual rental assistance to avoid an eviction.
Do you get involved with the DSS situations with families?
I do. DSS refers a lot of child custody cases to me. And so I do a lot of child custody cases in situations where the children have been abused or neglected. I also work a lot with my clients who have experienced domestic violence and gotten restraining orders to help them enter custody orders. We've found that getting a custody order in place that can give the family a long-term plan is one of the best ways to stabilize a family after they've experienced that.
I think one of the things that is so important with what Pisca Legal does is just to get the information out to the people that need it. Usually they're the hardest to reach because they just don't, you know, they may have their TV. I guess most of them now have phone, but you don't know what social media they're tied into.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the word out to them? So I know, you know, our behavioral health specialists and our community home health workers, they know your number and Pisca Legal, and I say I work at the clinic. I think we've met before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, getting that word out to them, and you have been tremendously helpful to our patients. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's, you know, it's another thing that I worry about is with school being virtual, there's a real concern that, you know, a lot of kids who were getting meals at school and were being seen at school, that's not going to happen now. So that's definitely something that we're trying to help with, and to help connect our clients with the child nutrition services and make sure that they have access to some of these resources that are COVID specific, because it's going to really change everybody's life this school year going forward.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen, and I will I'll send Tina a follow-up email with some information about PSGA, how to apply for services, and I'll also send out a referral form. So if you ever had somebody that was with you and you wanted to directly refer them, you can fill out the referral form and just shoot me an email. And my direct contact information is in there as well. So if you have questions or you just want to reach out to me, feel free to give me a call on my direct line.
And one other quick thing, you said you're in Burnsville, but y'all have had to close that office right now. Is that correct? Or do you come to Burnsville?
So I live in Burnsville, so I work out of the Burnsville office because my kids are at home screaming all day. It's easier to get stuff done in the office. So what I do right now is all of my client appointments are over the phone or over Zoom. And then obviously I'm in court quite a bit. So I've been in Mitchell, Yancey, and Madison pretty consistently the past couple of months. And we're also in the process of getting an Avery County office and a Mitchell County office, so that once we're past the pandemic and we can meet face to face, we'll have a physical place to meet people other than at the courthouse, which I still am doing and will continue to do. But yeah, the new office is in between McDonald's and the Dollar General, right on 19 in
Yeah,
Burnsville.
the old dentist office.
Yeah, a lot of people keep coming by wanting me to clean their teeth. I don't think it would be a good plan.
No.
No.
You gotta get those pliers out.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've got a huge territory to cover.
Yeah, it's a lot, and we're in the process of getting another attorney out here, so that will be great because we are really, really busy right now. Yeah.
I can imagine. We're thankful that y'all expanded into our area. It's really been
Yeah.
helpful the last year or so.
We're happy to be here. So yeah, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Someday you can come by and see me in person.
Yeah. We'll do it. Grab a McDonald's coffee and bring it over.
I know, it's very dangerously close.
Yes, yeah. All right, any other questions for Olivia? All right, well, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy, but it's also very important for us to know what you do and how it operates so that we can keep the referrals coming for this very needed service.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. All right. That was a brief but excellent program. Goodness, what they do for the folks out there is so important. And to have them in our community now is right in our backyard is important. So thank you, Miss Tina, for getting her in.
Hey, thanks goes to Marvin. He's the one that set all this up.
Oh, excuse me, Marvin. Didn't want to shortchange you.
Just change the medicine and stuff when gave me different drops to use.
I'm sorry, I missed some of that, but it sounded like a really good program about convictions and that type of thing.
Yeah.
No.
And the abuse and child custody cases, are so
Yeah, my
heartbreaking.
pain was really bad. My face was so.
I think we got Ruby on the.
Awful.
Yeah, she's on the phone.
That's gone almost.
We'll have to show her how to mute.
I can mute her and then ask her to
Okay.
unmute when she comes back.
There you go. All right. Well,
Thank
there
you,
isn't
Rob.
anything. Yes, Marvin.
No, I've got a comment.
Okay. I guess we can roll into Ace of Spades. Anything else before we do that?
I think Stan was trying to say something.
I'm sorry.
I was going to make a comment that my daughter works in the same area in Norfolk, and I'm impressed with what Business Group are doing.
Yeah, we refer quite a number of folks to them, and they get the work done. Unfortunately, I believe that one case she was talking about is also a patient of the clinic. So we'd heard about that one from the other side also. All right, well, Mr. Glover, you want to?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's
Last
do it.
call. Anybody else want to Ace of Spades?
Marvin does.
Okay, Marvin, I'll add Marvin. Let me put him a number in here. Marvin's number
While you're
6.
getting that number, Tina, our guest that's going to give us the background on the 19th Amendment, can you remind us of her name again?
Yes, next week will be one of the park rangers, Elizabeth Faison. And Elizabeth has been doing quite a bit of studying and some special exhibits for us in honor of the 19th Amendment. So it's a subject that's very close to her heart, like it is Robin's.
Yeah.
And then after that, just seeing some of the election stuff on the news. I know the 1st of September, we have a club assembly, but on September 10th, I have scheduled someone from the Board of Elections to come and speak with us at the meeting so we can find out maybe a little bit more information about some of the mail-in ballots versus voting in person and that kind of stuff.
That's a good idea, Tina. That's good.
Yeah.
But that's where I end, so I'm still open. If anybody has any ideas or maybe contacts or anything, certainly just send that my way and I'd be more than happy to try to schedule them for us.
Tina, we haven't had John Boyd from, Dr. Boyd from Mail Tech. He was there about a year ago, but there's a lot going on at Pine Ridge now. If we can get him back, it'd be wonderful.
That's a good
What was
suggestion,
the name
Reed.
again? What was the name again on that one?
Dr. John Boyd over at Malin College. Yeah, with what's happening there at Pine Bridge, we were just talking about that at the chamber meeting the other day. The inn over at Pine Bridge, they've done a lot of landscaping, and then they're doing their, I think it's cosmetology, I think, inside the large facility there. I understand it's come along very well, so.
Great, I'll follow up on that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, would like to hear more on that one. And please, as you think of other subjects, please let Tina know.
I'm going to forward something to Tina from Alan Huskins, who's a forester with the Mitchell County Department. And he said he would be able to do something and present a little bit if we give him a yell after he got back past the 15th. So I think he's back. So I'll pass the information to Tina.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else, folks? Well, Mr. Glover, let's do that ace of spades. Whoops.
Okay, I'm ready. I guess you're gonna draw a number, aren't you,
Yeah.
Robin?
I've been sitting here shaking the cup. Let me see who number comes out. Well, look at here. Number 6, Marvin, the last one.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I thought you were shaking the cup.
Yeah.
I did.
Not very well. The lastest with the mostest. Okay.
Okay, Marvin, I'm gonna be shuffling cards, and whatever my thumb is on, when you say stop, I'll stop. Okay, you ready? All right, I'm shuffling.
All right, 1, 2, 3, stop.
Okay. I wish I could show you the card, but it's a 9 of spades.
At least it's a spade.
Spades, but no ace.
It's black, but the cards are dwindling down.
Yeah, about half a deck now, maybe, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it. Maybe a 2/3 of a deck left.
Okay. Okay. Very
We
good.
just hope Alex is always playing with a full deck.
Ooh.
Me too. I hope so.
I think that one's going to cost you a happy dollar next week. That's pretty bad fun. That one hurt. Well, guys, anything, and ladies, anything else before we close with the 4-way test? All right. Well, let's close with the Rotary 4-way test. Is it the truth?
True.
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it be
beneficial to all concerned? Dean?
Y'all have a good week.
All right then.
Yeah.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
See everybody.
Have a good one. Stay dry.